What is going on, everyone? My name is Nick, or the Notorious Fantasy, and today I am joined with Lucas, Tyler, and Danny. All of their links are down below in the description. If you guys want to say anything, anyone can say anything. No? We're just going to say nothing? Okay.
We're rolling.
Let's get right into it. The first guy we're going to be talking about here is Mr. TB12, Tom fucking Brady. We're going to first go to Tyler. What are we thinking here about TB12?
Fun. Titans. I think it's fun. I think from the fantasy aspect, it may actually make him relevant as a quarterback again. I'm getting a lot of heat here, but I genuinely believe a solid running game with Derrick Henry. He's coming back, by the way. That video will be dropping this week sometime, running backs free agency. I think Tom Brady makes a great fit there with the Titans, and I just don't want him going back to the Patriots. Go Dolphins.
I think that is a stone cold stupid take. He is definitely going back to the Patriots. There's no way he goes anywhere else, if I'm being completely honest with you. Like, sure, it might be fun. You might have a wet dream thinking he's not going to be on the Patriots, but no, the Patriots are still going to beat our asses any given Sunday. It doesn't even matter, except for when it's at our house, because then we beat
the last 2 years.
Yeah, but with that said, Tom Brady is definitely going back to the Patriots. There's literally no way he goes anywhere else now. What do you think of Dan? You think he's coming back?
I wouldn't put it past Gruden, man. Nice little TB12 in Oakland action, Drafting Jerry at 12,
We just all want him gone from the Patriots, period.
Yeah,
he's just a Gruden guy, bro. Gritty old fart that just leads the team. Yeah, I mean, you would love that as a Broncos fan, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because he has a losing record against the Broncos. Only team he has a losing record against, so I don't care.
There you go.
Yeah, congratulations. The Broncos did something good for you.
Hey, relax. You're a Dolphins fan. Just calm down. He's going back to the Patriots, no matter who he FaceTimes or what he said. You guys remember the Hulu commercial in the Super Bowl where he posted him walking out the tunnel, and it was just for Hulu? Like, come on, he's just clowning with everybody. Even if why would the Raiders take him over Derek Carr? He's terrible. Like, he just does the ball 3 yards downfield.
Would you put it past the Raiders though?
Oh no, I'm not. Yeah, I totally get what you're saying, but
that's what I mean.
I don't know what team would throw $30 million at a 40-some-year-old quarterback that gets carried to the Super Bowl every single year by his defense and Bill Belichick. So I mean, he's going back to the Patriots. They're going to go 10-6, win the division because, like you guys said, the Dolphins are in the division. The Bills are okay. The Jets have Adam Gase, but you guys will beat them in your house. Always. Week 17 or 16 or whatever. It's usually around the end of the year. But lock it in. He's going back for $30 million. They're going to not draft a quarterback and be in the same situation next year. So,
yeah, no, they're gonna trade him to the Raiders, he's gonna go to the Raiders, and then they're gonna tank for Trevor Lawrence, and then another 20 years of hell.
That'd be scary. That'd be so scary.
All right, let's just move on because no one fucking likes Tom Brady. To number 2 on here, Dak Prescott of the Dallas Cowboys. We're to start with Dan since he likes the Cowboys.
Okay. I mean, I can't even get past this idiotic fan base. Well, every time I scroll in my Twitter, all I see is, I wouldn't pay Dak more than $28 million. Are you fucking kidding me? You're going to pay him what the market tells you to pay him. He's a top 10 franchise quarterback at 26 years old who just came off a 4,900-yard, 30-touchdown season, and you're going to try to dictate his price? Nah, if he signs for anything less than 35, you better be grateful. Because if I'm Dak, there's no way I'm asking for less than 37 at this point. That's my take. I mean, the Cowboys have the cap space. I don't know what this thought is that they can't afford the guys, because they can. If they want to bring back Byron Jones, they can. If they want to bring back Amari Cooper, they can. If they want to bring back all three, they can. But this idiotic front office will find a way to just screw things up. If we tag Dak Prescott, you won't hear the end of it.
He's gone after that.
So the price can go up to $40 million next year after he has another career year? Okay.
Well, I mean, you got to make sure you get Randall Cobb signed. We talked about that in the last video. So
you do. He's a key part of the offense. He's going to get $40 million, whether it's this year or next year. So I think they just got to pay him. If they lose one of Jones or Cooper, who cares? Yeah, you'll easily replace a corner or a receiver that plays half the season anyways. So, just take Jones, take Dak, and I mean, you guys are going to – well, I'm not going to say you're going to win your division, but you could win your division without Amari Cooper.
For sure.
Yeah.
Especially with the receiving talent in this class.
Yeah,
they could win the fucking division if they put Tony Romo in. The division is so bad. It's embarrassing. But Dak Prescott's worth the money. Tyler, do you have anything else here?
Yeah, no, they got to get Cooper back. I don't think he's as so much a superstar without that without that great Robin piece there. With
Wait, so
Amari
are you saying they need to let Dak go?
No, I'm saying they need to let Byron Jones go. If they're going to play the money game and they're only going to bring – I love Byron Jones, and I think he would be great for them to bring back. I think they can bring back all three. But if they're going to play this game where they don't have the money and they're going to screw themselves, like you said, I think they got to prioritize Cooper and Dak. Get your offense under wraps. I know me and Daniel did a video where we had Ruggs going there. We talked about it. We're like, if the offense is good in that kind of division – you can kind of let the defense slide, and you can work on that through the draft as much as you can. But you got to get Dak, and I think you got to get Cooper with him.
Team 40 burger. That's what it's about.
If they don't sign back Dak, they are the dumbest organization I've ever seen, maybe ever. That is like the dumbest move ever. I see the shit you retweet on Twitter. It's so funny how pissed off these Cowboys fans get, thinking that Dak is just garbage. It's so funny.
That's right. I got 5,400 tweets of just tweeting at stupid Cowboys fans. That's what I could do.
Yeah, I mean, you could tweet at their whole fan base. How many you got?
Oh man,
half the
joke. You got these guys with like 1986 in the fucking bio, clapping. Oh, the Aikman days here. Aikman wouldn't have asked for this much. Blah blah blah. He's a 3-time Super Bowl winner. What is that?
30 years ago.
Oh God, man, these people are so delusional. It makes me sick.
All right, let's pivot on to the next guy. We're going to talk about Ryan Tanny God here. Ryan Tannehill. What are you thinking, Tyler?
Yeah, so I'm still sticking with my TB12 going to the Titans. You guys can't bully me out of that.
Don't do this.
So with that, I have him going to the Colts. Now, obviously, if Brady goes back to the Patriots, I think the Titans will take care of that. But I think if they do get TB12, the Colts will wrap him up. I think it's a solid fit for them. And I think he'll see the same kind of resurgence of great playmaking ability that he showed with the Titans, because I think it's kind of a similar offense. I mean, you got a great offensive line. Wide receiver pieces aren't, spectacular. We can't say A.J. Brown last year, the full season was incredible. He's going to be great. I'm not denying that at all. But I think yeah, no, I'm going to cover my ass real quick. Don't worry.
I was like, tread lightly.
Yeah, tread lightly. Definitely. But I like the move to the Colts. I think it's a similar offense. I think Tannehill's a good quarterback. The Dolphins just ruined him.
Oh, that's not nice. But I think he goes. I think he just goes back to the Titans. If I'm being honest with you, I don't see a reason why. I think the Colts would be a very good landing place for him. Obviously, Jacoby Brissett is not the hottest guy on the block. Everyone seems to think that he's pretty good. To me, he's not so hot. Just like Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, that guy's sexy as fuck, but he's a terrible quarterback. Jacoby Brissett is an okay-looking guy, but he's not an okay-looking quarterback. I think that if Ryan Tannehill was to go there, the Colts would look even better, but I think he signs back with the Titans. Him and Derrick Henry sign back together. What are you thinking, Lucas?
Well, there's one thing with the Titans only have 47 mil, and Jack Conklin is on the market easily. I mean, he's the best offensive lineman on the market. I'm not going to say he's probably a top 10 offensive lineman in the NFL, but due to the lack of offensive linemen in the free agent market, his value is just going to go up. That's just how the money works. Basic economics. He'll just get paid more because he's the only one there. So it'll be interesting to see what they do, because personally, I think they're just going to tag Tannehill. I mean, Tannehill can't command money. He had 9 games. You can't command a starting quarterback salary on 9 games of kind of success. I mean, they did good, but the defense of Derrick Henry sort of carried him. So I think they need to tag him. It'll be a pretty hefty tag, but they can probably work around that. And then they're going to have to choose between Conklin or Derrick Henry, which is sad to say. But we kind of saw it last year with the Rams let go. Oh, gosh. He's on the Titans now. It's a guard.
Saffold, right?
Yeah, Saffold. Yeah. And we saw how that offensive line in that run game
it's a mess.
Transferred into this season. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I think the best way the Titans can handle this is tag Tannehill, get Conklin, and draft a running back at 28, because they don't have the means to trade up unless they're going to sell the farm for the future like they did. Or no, they didn't do that with Mariota. The Rams did that. But they don't have the means to trade up and get a top-tier quarterback in this class. So, I don't know. They're kind of in a tough spot because they should be in a rebuild, but they are a couple of things sort of holding them back, just kind of like how the playoff run they went on were holding them back at this rebuild. So, I think he stays because I don't know where else he would go and play anywhere else.
Mm-hmm. Now, Danny, what are you thinking about this?
Well, I mean, the tag's going to come down to Tannehill or Henry at this point. I think Conklin is going to be a shoe in the sign somewhere else at this point. Even though he's a great tackle, I just don't feel like they're bringing him back. So if I'm if I'm the Titans in this spot, there's no way in heck I'm bringing Henry on for a multi-year deal. I mean,
No.
every time you sign a running back long term, look at the effects. Even Zeke, he had a good year. Everybody's saying he's still not worth it. I'm saying he's still not worth it. I think he's a top 3 back in the league. He wasn't worth that contract. Henry's going to ask for a similar amount. There's no way in heck I'm
He's
signing
asking
him for
for
more than 1
more.
year,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous. I think the logical play
Yeah.
is tagging one of them. And if you're not able to tag Tannehill, which I would prefer to tag Tannehill, obviously he's a quarterback. He had success. I mean, you want to see what you got there. Try to get him on like maybe a 2-year bridge deal. See what you got with him. If he doesn't perform, you can move on. But I just can't see Tannehill landing anywhere other than the Titans at this point. Colts would be a fun spot. I just feel like they have their heart set at 13. I think, Tyler, you're going to remember from our mock who I like going there.
Yeah.
But
That's a
I'm a big Jordan Love guy. I feel like he'd be an awesome fit on that offense. You got speed on the outside. You got a good line. You got a team ready to contend. He's a guy who's going to develop. You have weapons around him. I mean, I don't know. That's my belief. But
Yeah,
I think Tannehill stays on the Titans.
Along with the Tannehill to the Colts, I mean, this isn't like just directed to him, but any veteran landing on the Colts, it makes zero sense. And it isn't – I mean, I don't want to say like it isn't going to happen, but come on, Chris Ballard's not going to pay Tannehill or Rivers $20+ million a year when they literally have Jacoby Brissett.
Agreed.
Like, you're not signing Rivers to win a Super Bowl. You're not signing Tannehill to win a Super Bowl. You're signing him to bridge quarterback to the franchise, which they already have right now with Brissett. So that's where I think people are kind of like trying to throw a quarterback at him, and it's kind of ruining. Like, think about it. I mean, I don't know exactly the number, but there's not enough quarterbacks in this rookie class and the veterans to all start next year. So it's going to be. I feel like it's pretty easy to kind of predict that no team's going to throw Tannehill money because Colts are out. The Bucs are going to get Winston, or they're going to get, I think, Brady, even though it kind of seems kind of weird. So it's just, I don't know. It's very like covered up, I think, in how many spots really are available and what moves actually make sense money-wise.
Yeah, and I don't think Tannehill's going to sign anything where he's going to be a backup. So I would assume he just stays with the Titans because they will pay him enough money to be the starting guy on the team. No one else is going to pass him. Obviously, we're going to talk about later about Marcus Mariota, but he's probably gone as well. So do you guys have anything else to say about Mr. Tannehill? No? All right, time to move on.
Just want to clear up that, again, if I think Brady's going to stay with New England, I just want him to go to the Titans. So chances are they'll bring him back. But it was more on the off chance of Brady does go to the Titans that I think the Colts are kind of a bit for him. But again, he'll probably be back with the Titans because Brady will never leave New England.
And if Brady goes to the Titans, they won't have the money to get Derrick Henry. It's that plain and simple unless they tag him, but I know he'll just hold out if he gets tagged. So it's – I don't know. Like, I just kind of look at it as more of an overall football and money standpoint than just directly best fit and stuff like that, which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I just think there's a lot more that goes into it.
Definitely. Now, the next guy to talk about here is my favorite quarterback in the NFL, famous Jameis Winston, my boy, the crap stealer. Danny, what are you liking about Jameis Winston? Where do you think he goes?
He's a curious case, to be honest. I mean, like, I just can't envision him anywhere but Tampa. But at the same time, I just don't feel like Tampa wants to commit to him whatsoever. I mean, Bruce Arians has shown time and time again that he just is not a believer in Winston. Now, I mean, I think they're going to tag him, give him one more chance to show he's the guy, simply because at 14, there could very well be 4 quarterbacks off the board by the time they pick. If they don't keep him, then I can see them all hell breaking loose and scooping up a guy like Eason at 14, which I would absolutely hate. But, I mean, it's Tampa. It's Tampa. I wouldn't put it past them. Okay, you're an Eason guy, but would you take him at 14?
No, he's a round 2, like first, second, round 2 guy. Yeah.
I'm fine with him in round 2. Develop him. I mean, he's basically – yeah, I mean, he's a round 2 guy. I mean, I don't see him going anywhere close to that 14 spot. But if he does, then – all hell will break loose, and I'm going to be laughing at Tampa, and Bush is going to be crying in the corner.
I honestly think that Jameis is going to end up back in Tampa, but I think the most fun place for him to go would obviously be the Chargers to replace Phillip Rivers. They have a nice wide receiver options there. They got Mike Williams. They've got Keenan Allen. They have Hunter Henry, maybe. They have Melvin Gordon, maybe. They have Austin Eckler, but they do have some solid weapons there that I think would help Jameis Winston. But if we're being completely honest, like Dan said, I think they're just tag his ass, give him that 1 year tag, and then just hope he somehow does something before Bruce Arians murders the guy in cold blood. What are you thinking, Lucas?
It's kind of a similar situation because if you think about it, Winston's gone. So obviously, whatever quarterback's going to come in is not going to throw for 5,000 yards. Say they get, I don't know, what to say Tannehill. They get Tannehill or they get Brady or they get Rivers. They get any quarterback that's like a veteran game manager. They don't have the team to compete outside of Winston's throwing ability. They don't. Their defense is terrible. So, I mean, is Brady going to make you come from behind when you're down 2 scores and throw the ball downfield? Like, it's not going to happen. So I think they get Winston back. I think it will be a tag because, I mean, he doesn't deserve 20+ mil. Yeah, he doesn't deserve more money than interceptions he's thrown, or even probably like 2/3 of interceptions he threw last year. But if they don't get Winston, I think they will. I think they would definitely trade up. Honestly, I think they'll just go for. I don't want to say Tua, but I mean at least Herbert. Because I mean he kind of is a not mini Jameis Winston, but he has the arm capability to not go off stride of that offense last year. But I do like the Chargers, your standpoint there, because they could easily go sign Winston and then go take Isaiah Simmons at 6 in the draft.
That would be fun.
Yeah, it just kind of depends on what they want to do for sure. But I don't know. It's very interesting because I knew he threw 30 picks, but any quarterback that throws for 5,000 yards you think would be locked up by now. But he did get eye surgery, so maybe there is hope.
It's got 30-30 vision.
2020 now.
Yeah,
Maybe if he cuts.
I like the Bucks. That franchise tag is probably what's ideally going to happen. Raiders are cool. Derek Carr's not really I don't think he's better than Winston, so I think that'd be an interesting play. But he probably will be franchise tagged. I'd love to see them move up and draft a guy like Herbert. I think Herbert's a very, very safe kind of pick. Developed pretty well. You put him on a good team, he will be pretty good instantly. It's hard to see him leaving the Bucks, and I think that's a take that most people have. I think he probably will stay there. Franchise tag will probably be what happens. They still got some guys on the defensive end they gotta bring in too. So I think they can spin that on Winston. Say, we got to sign these defensive guys. Let's give you one more year, see what happens, and I think he stays with the Bucks.
Mm-hmm. I think a fun place would also be the Bears. I know I doubt that happens because they, for some reason, are married to Mitchell Trubisky, who is just a complete and utter garbage can. But besides that, Jameis is 100% going to stay in Tampa Bay. I don't think we all have anything else to say. So I think we're going to go on to Phillip Rivers. What are you guys feeling on Phillip Rivers? First, we're going to go with Tyler here.
Retirement.
Yeah, he's gone.
Going to go to the booth. I would love to see him go to the booth. Wouldn't that just be fun? I think if Romo goes to ESPN, is that what he just got signed with?
I thought. Or I don't remember. It was like $18 million, where the hell it was.
Oh, that's right. It was with CBS. But yeah, throw him on Monday night. These quarterbacks are working really well in the booth. Gosh, where's he gonna go and start? It's not
nowhere.
There's no possibility.
And he's not gonna sign as a backup. Like,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, like, what's he gonna command for money? He's gonna command at least 20 mil. And who the hell's paying $20 million to a backup? Like, I mean, like. Say he goes to the Colts. Okay, who's to say Brissett wouldn't beat him out for the job? Or who's to say? I mean, I guess the Bucks. It makes sense that they let Winston go, but why would? I mean, like I was saying, why would they do that? Card. The Bucks.
If they don't bring back Winston, I can very well see them making a push for Rivers. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
Last second, maybe draft a guy 14 or second round, have him sit a year behind Winston. Because let's be honest, after the top 3 quarterbacks. I mean, it's really a crapshoot in terms of development.
Yeah, and there could be 5 quarterbacks in the top 10. I mean, I've seen a lot of that lately too.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a big glove guy. I still want him to sit a year. I mean, I do not want him thrown into the fire right away. That's why if he landed on the Colts, sit a year behind Brissett, who's still under a 1-year contract, let him develop. You let him learn his mechanics, refine everything. I mean, I think the sky's the limit with that guy.
They do what the Broncos did with Drew Lock, basically. Yeah. Sign a bridge deal with Flacco, but it'd be Rivers or Brissett would be that bridge quarterback. So, I mean, that makes sense. I don't know. It's just so – because he moved to Florida, for one, but he moved like 3 hours away from Tampa Bay. So, like, I mean, I don't know how, like, true that is because that's obviously a bunch of Twitter people that are like – I mean, they're verified, but Rivers could have – sat in a house or something just to make him think that or something weird. But
I mean, he also still lived in San Diego when their team was playing in Los Angeles because he didn't want to move. So, I mean, he could drive 3 hours. He doesn't give a fuck. He wants to be away from his wife and kids who are probably pissing him the fuck off. That's why he didn't move. Now, the thing is, he is going to need a job.
With his kids.
Yeah, he's going to 100% need to get a job in the booth because you need like a couple million a year to support your 30,000 fucking kids you have.
That's true.
So
That's
100% is going to retire. There's about a zero shot in my mind that he plays anywhere in 2020 or in the future. Sure, he's a good quarterback. Sure, he may end up in the Hall of Fame, but he did nothing notably in his career really to me to warrant being in the Hall of Fame except for throwing a bunch of yards. So
He's only ever finished off the field.
yeah, exactly. Into his wife.
Can you imagine how good that offense would be with Winston? Like the offense is good, but if you added Jameis Winston to the weapon, you'd have to take back the whole team. So if the whole team comes back, like how good of just a fantasy offense in general that team would be. I don't think they'd be a good like actual football team, but just fantasy offense would be beautiful.
Yeah,
That would be
definitely.
fun.
Now, the next guy to talk about here is a guy that I actually have zero. I don't like this guy at all. His name is Teddy Bridgewater of the New Orleans Saints.
Pussy.
Where do you think that he is going to go? We're going to go with Danny here.
Man. I mean, I'm just trying to think of teams with an opening that would really.
Tampa Bay.
I could see Tampa, but I mean, yeah, if they don't sign Winston to a 1-year contract, that's a very ideal landing spot because, I mean, Bruce Arians has been harping on Winston turnovers. Why not get a guy who's just not going to throw the ball deep at all?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, that would be an interesting approach because then they would have to go after defensive people to keep them in games because that'd be a very, very bridge rebuild mode move.
No
I mean,
pun
he is
intended.
young. Yeah, that's a good one. He is young. He did show what he could do in 5 games. But okay, he played 5 games under Sean Payton in the New Orleans Saints, the best offensive line in the NFL for the last like 20 years. Like, I mean, so it was very – and I could throw the ball up to Michael Thomas half the time too. So it's – the Bears make sense, but I think Tampa Bay really would – I mean, that'd help his fantasy value, and I think the money would kind of match up there because they could go get him for $10 million. Probably. I mean, I don't really know how much they would pay him. So it's – I don't know. He's very intriguing because – I mean, do you guys think he can have a resurgence? I don't think he can.
I've never understood the hype with him. I just don't see a quarterback who can ever really be in the top 15. I mean, you can get a guy who's going to be between 15 and 20 in terms of quarterback rankings for a couple years maybe, but like, is he really the guy who's going to consistently give you top-end production? I just don't think he has the arm talent to be able to do that. I mean, he's a smart guy.
Yeah, the offense relied on top-end passing production just to even be 7 and 9. So, yeah, it's – I don't know.
I could honestly see him going to the Chargers, but why wouldn't they just use Tyrod or something or Geno Smith, some other fucking guy? Who cares?
Yeah, they're using Tyrod or they're drafting one, or maybe Winston. But I think, the Tyrod's definitely solidified until they draft a guy. But, I mean, where do you guys think he's going to go?
I mean, I ideally want him to go to the Bucs. I think it would be the best situation for him. But, probably, Chargers are another team that are interesting. I don't know because I don't really think he's a long-term solution at all.
But he kind of is due to age.
He's a backup to me. I don't believe in him at all. I've never once seen what these other people see, apparently. When he was in Minnesota, he was not very good. In New Orleans, I mean, like, you could have put anyone in there. They would have won those games as well. The Saints are just so good. Yeah, you could put Johnny fucking football. You could put Johnny Football in there, and they would have won. So, I don't know. Does anyone think that he'll, like, go to anyone that's, like, different, like the Raiders maybe? I don't see that either.
The Patriots could make sense if Brady leaves. That could. I think that'd be a very creative bridge for. I mean, you could bridge him for 2 years, and that. I mean, because who's going to win that division? I'm not like distant on the Dolphins. Okay, but 2 years. Get the Dolphins a couple years. All right, but I mean, like the Bills are going to go at best 10-6. There's no way the Bills are going to go over that hump just because they're not that at depth. But you could easily put in Teddy B and still throw 5-yard checkdowns to James White and just run the clock out. So I mean, that'd be kind of. I haven't really heard a lot of people be projecting that, but I think that'd be very interesting. And I think he would honestly be okay for fantasy too, just because they would kind of, I don't know, they would kind of force him to run the ball a little bit, or they would just kind of manufacture points for him.
What if he goes to the Bears?
That's what I was going to say. I mean, that's not a bad landing spot at all.
But is he better than Trubisky though? I think
anyone's better than fucking Trubisky.
But I don't know. They're kind of similar in the way they play. They're like sort of mobile. And can kind of throw. Like
I think you just need a safe option. I don't really. The Bears are a defensive team. That's what they put their money into. I think. They don't have I don't think they have the cap room to do it. But just thinking for fun here, I think he's kind of a quarterback that kind of fits what they need to be as an offense. Just just kind of short yards game, be a running team, just get a quarterback that can be competent, not do dumb shit like Trubisky. It works for me. Looking up their cap here real quick, I'm pretty sure they're not really all that too high. I think they got 24 mil. That's what they're looking at. They could do it. I mean, they could spend 21 on him, but I think it's the best fit. But it hurts because I don't think they'll do it.
Or the Saints just sign him back. I mean,
yeah, I think that if Miami didn't have Fitzmagic, maybe that's what they would do. But obviously they have Fitzpatrick, so I doubt they would do that. I mean, maybe he's like a worse version of Tua if we draft Tua. That's what he is, and he could just bridge into Tua. But
that's
not
bad,
what they're going to
though.
do. They're not going to do that, though.
Yeah, because you could just get him and then go draft 3 studs in the draft and then possibly worry about quarterback next year or something like that. So I don't know. I think let's just move on to the next terrible mobile quarterback on the list.
Yeah, the Heisman winner, Marcus Mariota of the Tennessee Titans. Where are you guys feeling that this man is going to go?
This is the Bears all the way. This is a more athletic Mitchell Trubisky that can keep, like Tyler was saying, keep drives alive. I mean, I know Mariota's, I don't want to say he's the smartest, but I think I would feel safer having him knowing the athletic ability he has than Trubisky back there running the offense. Because I think the Bears are also going to add a tight end, draft or free agency, maybe another running back, because we all know Dave Montgomery is
just
GOAT.
He is not a franchise running back. That's what I was looking for there. So I don't know. I think he would go to the Bears, and I think he would win the job. The Bears did say that Trubisky's the starter for week 1, but normally when those things come out, they say the starter, not week 1. So week 2, Mariota's just going to come in and take over right away. But I don't know. I mean, I texted my friend. He's a Colts friend. I was saying that this would be like the mirror image of what the Titans did last year. If he went to the Colts and beat out Brissett, and then we're talking about paying him next year, I would say I don't know if that's going to happen. But I don't think he was in for that. But I think that would also make sense. But I think the Bears all the way.
I mean, Mariota got – there you go.
Yeah, sorry, real quick. Matt Nagy was his coach at Oregon, so –
yeah, actually.
A little fun.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. But, I mean, Mariota is just not good. Tannehill beat him out. Tannehill is not very good. So what the fuck? Why do people think he could be a starter on a team? This guy's a fucking bum. He can go to the XFL as well. He could be my Guardians quarterback. Matt McGloin sucks, so we need a new guy. Bring in Marcus Mariota. Honestly, bring in fucking Tim Tebow or someone. Marcus Mariota is garbage.
He's honestly, a baseball player now.
I don't like Marcus Mariota. I think that if he goes anywhere – I don't know how he could even be a starter. I mean, maybe he competes for the job, like you said, on the Bears, but I don't think that any team would sign him thinking he could be their guy because the Titans thought that for a bunch of years, and they were clearly very wrong. So what do you think of Dan?
I don't know. He just seems like a guy that I can see Gruden just bringing in, a decent price backup, see if he can compete for the job. I mean, I wouldn't put it past the Raiders again, man. I've seen a lot of reports linking them to him. So, I mean, again, it's just a crapshoot when it comes to these crap quarterbacks. Where are they going to land? Are they going to get a chance to start? Probably not. Are they going to be a chance to get a backup job somewhere? Maybe down the line, get a couple games in. And if that's the case, I mean, the Raiders just don't seem content with Carr. Bring him in. I mean, if they bring Brady in, do you really trust that guy? He's 43.
I mean, I'd rather have Mariota for cheaper than Brady. I mean, like –
for sure.
Because, yeah, like I was saying, what's Brady going to do in terms of overall team output than Mariota's going to do? I mean, like, I don't know. It's just – yeah. It kind of sucks that we're talking about this, but we see this every year where there's like 5 or 6 of these guys, and one of them always becomes a starter somehow, when in reality they should just be washed and they should just be going on to the draft and finding your quarterback there. But free agency is a month before the draft, so we're kind of placed in this weird or awkward scenario.
It'd be so much simpler if the teams were able to draft their quarterbacks before even making these free agent moves. I mean, it would kill the market completely, but like now we're just left at a crapshoot.
They should do it the week after the week after the combine. I think they should do it. Pro days are stupid, or just have pro days no combine, and they should just do it right then. I think this is how it should be.
Real quick, it was Mark Helfrich. He's their OC. That's my apologies. I know it's someone from the Bears coaching staff was.
And isn't he a new OC?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember when Tressman was their head coach? Now he's coaching the Vipers.
Go XFL Vipers,
CHL, right?
Nick's the XFL guy.
Yeah, he was coaching the Alouettes back in the day.
Trustman became a fucking hockey coach in Tyler's eyes. He went to the fucking CHL.
He went to the
Jeez.
CHL, Canadian Hockey League, baby. Quick shout out. Any hockey fans out there? Know my boy
All right,
Dan.
now-
Daniel's Canadian guy.
Oh yeah.
Canada,
Fucking
eh?
bud.
Fucking A. All right, next guy here. We got the final man on the list. If you guys have enjoyed this video thus far, I mean, we're like 40 minutes in. Click that fucking subscribe button. It's free. It's not going to cost you anything, and you're just going to have amazing videos just fly right in your pocket if you click that notification bell or onto your phone. Well, your phone is in your fucking pocket, so that was stupid. Maybe your iPad. I have no idea, but let's get right into this. This is Taysom Hill, and this man,
Oh, God.
according to whoever wrote this, got the first round chicken tender. Where do you think Taysom Hill goes? Anyone?
He goes to the
Okay.
Saints.
Well,
And
first
I'm-
off,
okay.
please explain this move to me. So obviously they put a first round tender on him because they want him back. But did they put the first rounder on him because they want some team to buy into them believing in him as a starting quarterback and then get a free first rounder? Or is he the franchise quarter? Like, I'm so confused. Like,
No,
Dude's
no
like
one's-
31 years old or something. What the fuck
Yeah.
is wrong with people?
so
First round
what is
picks are so valuable.
I mean,
guys.
obviously, like, it doesn't matter like what tender you put on him. Obviously, the higher, the more that you're going to get him back. No one's going to pay a first round pick for Taysom Hill. The man's throwing like 3 passes every year.
What's
But-
his point?
Yeah, like,
Dude, it's
but
basically
what
the
is-
Bears offense.
but what is the like? So are they going to like not address quarterback in the future? Because I think Breeze is gone after this year, maybe 2 years. But like, I don't. This is very interesting because I feel like they're just digging themselves a really big hole of not planning. They're basically putting themselves in what the Patriots are right now and not planning for the future. And obviously, it's not taking a toll right now, but eventually, it's going to impact them somewhere. So I'm interested to see what you guys think of this whole first round chicken tender. That was me, by the way, too.
Gosh.
Yeah, he's staying. Goodness gracious. No one's
Well,
gonna-
yeah, he's staying, but like, I mean, like in the
There's
future,
only
does this
one
mean,
option.
Oh,
does this mean he's the quarterback?
Well, they're not going to use him as a starter. They aren't even going to build him behind Breeze. They'll probably go draft a guy with that first pick. It would be ironic, but no,
Big Fromm?
there's no way he's a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Well, he's-
Yeah, Dude's a fucking bum.
Whoever actually thinks he's a starting quarterback caliber type of player, like
You're
you
Bears
just
fan.
gotta rethink your thought processes. Because I mean, he's throwing away what'd you say, 3 total career passes.
Oh, it's more than that, but it's what it feels like. And every single one goes for a touchdown because no one expects the running back to throw a pass. Every time that play happens, it's always a 40-plus yard gain. Like Cortland Sutton threw a 50-yard pass last year.
Mohamed Sanu
joke.
has like 2 he has like almost a perfect QBR right now. And
Yeah,
he's
like,
not
it's-
looking out as a starter. Come on.
No one game plans for a running back pass or a wide receiver pass or catches him off guard every single time.
I mean, if Hugh Jackson was still a coach, he'd be all over Taysom Hill because that guy's a fucking idiot, all right? There's no way he goes anywhere. He's literally going to sit on the Saints, and then he's going to be a fucking bum. He scored more touchdowns last year than Odell. So anyone who likes Odell,
Well,
you're a fucking
okay. Oh,
idiot.
God.
Okay?
Odell's trash.
Odell's
Nelson
trash.
Aguilar.
Taysom Hill, I'd rather have Taysom Hill than Odell. You can go, Tyler. Keep talking.
Yeah, Nelson Aguilar, Taysom Hill, they're going to go as a duo. They're going to go to an XFL team, and they're going to make them mediocre because they're not good players. Next.
Taysom
Okay,
Hill
well,
could sign in the CFL.
Dude, he should. Here, let's play a game called Who Can Name X, CHL teams.
No,
FL,
it's in the
damn
video.
it.
It's in the video.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Let's just end the video. Like, there's nothing else to talk about. Thank you guys all for watching. Check out all these motherfuckers in the
What a
description. Check out Danny's new article. That'll be linked down in the
That
description.
beast.
Free plug there. It was a great article. I read it, and I don't even know how to read, and I read it. So thank you guys all for watching. I love each and every single one of you guys. I'm sorry for Dan because he just smashed his hand against his desk. Click on one of the videos on the screen. Click that fucking subscribe button. Like I said, it's free. It's going to cost you nothing. Have a great day. Goodbye.